and welcome! So, something slightly different but slightly the same as we've been going on with these backgun videos. I'm sure the title will give it away. But I received a parcel from a guy on the mainland of Australia. Pretty great package, to be honest, as this should be quite interesting, so we will get right into it. It was very helpful that he managed to send me one, since I haven't been able to find anything locally that I was after in this, so once we get it open you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. So it looks, yeah, very well packaged up here, which is great. That's what you want to see when you're going through, of course, the packaging. So now I just got to find, there we go. So I'm sure you guys can guess looking at the back of this, but it is going to be a Diamond Dragonoids. This was something I was really seriously after. I was really wanting one, and unfortunately I hadn't managed to find anything locally. Did manage to pick it up for 15 bucks, and all I had to do was pay shipping on top of that. So it ended up working out to be about 25 Australian total, which is really not a bad price for this diamond. Actually pretty reasonable overall, and definitely what I wanted to add to the collection. So far in Australia there are only two other sets of diamonds, the 3-pack from Wave 3 and the 3-pack from Wave 1. So we actually don't have that many currently as far as it goes. But this is going to be quite fun to get into, so we may as well open this thing up. If I do end up probably finding a second one at some point, I will probably end up keeping that one for a collection boxed up. But then anything after that, I will probably end up, of course, passing on, similar to what this guy had done for me, which is amazing, so that's great. So I've got into the back of this here, since the removal of the back is always quite a painful thing to go through with these boxes sometimes, and the cards can actually be quite a pain to get out of here when you're trying. There we go. So they do slot these cards in a little wonky, which always leaves them a little bent, unfortunately. It does disappoint me that you can't use all three of these in a deck realistically, because of course you can only use the English version, which is this back one here. Very nice Diamond Evo card. You don't actually get the character card in these single core packs for the diamonds, which is a little disappointing. Fortunately though, since Pyrus Dragonoid in particular is super common, it's very easy to get his character card and him as a whole, so you can pick that up very easily, even as a single pack if you wanted to. Although I would recommend picking them up in one of the other sets. So not too bad. It is a 6-drop diamond, and it is a plus 500B on the Fire Fist and a plus 5 attack, which is pretty reasonable considering its stat line, and this is something I may consider running. I have already got Titan Dragonoid in my Dragonoid deck, but I wouldn't mind running some diamond ones as well, so we may have to check that out. We'll have to work around that with my deck. Then we've also got the cores here, which come off at the front. I've always got to remember that. Sometimes they're all packaged a bit funny. I don't open many core packs. I've only opened Trox and this one, I think, as far as single core packs go. Oh, and Aurelus, sorry, Dragonoid. I've actually opened 3 now. So you get a green and red fist, plus 150 plus 4, which looking at this, I believe this is one of the better ones. There's the 250 plus 3, which I do think is probably the better overall, but this one is still pretty good. And the 150 plus 2 isn't a bad green fist. I actually don't mind that too much at all. Now on to the main event, is getting, of course, the Dragonoid out of this. We'll get him out. I believe these still have the horn and tail issue that I'll probably have to fix. I've done a little fixing on them before, following the hot water guide. If you're interested in that, it's very easy to find. Just search up Dragonoid's horn problem, and I'm sure you guys can find it. You'll probably be able to see it in this actually. Once we get this little guy out, there we go. Though this guy's horn looks a little, there we go, a little good. So these guys do look absolutely amazing. I don't know if the camera will actually be able to do them justice, as of course a lot of stuff I've seen, diamonds are very hard to get really, really nice shots of. So we may try and get some nice shots of this for the video. We may not. We'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, be sure to check out probably my Twitter or something. I'm sure I'll have some pictures of him up there, because he is just such an amazing looking thing. And the Pyrus colors actually look really nice on this, so definitely quite cool. So he does fold up, of course, like a normal core Dragonoid, which I always hate the way their arms and legs function, since they do have to be folded down and up first, so you can get the wings down, to then fold, of course, the head down. And this doesn't look as bad as I was expecting, to be honest. That horn issue isn't quite as pronounced. You can kind of see it there, where the horn protrudes out, and with a little bit of force you can see how that kind of slots back in there. It's mainly because the tail here doesn't actually come up far enough to push that horn down, but it's actually not too bad. I'll have to see how it rolls, of course, to really work out how that will go. So I might set up a couple of little cores here. I'm not the best roller. Also, wow, okay, I didn't even notice that to look at that properly, but there's the magnet in the bottom. That actually looks really good through the translucent plastic like that, which is actually great. So that's really, really cool to look at. Don't think it's very easy to find the roll marker though, if there is even one on these diamonds. Because the roll marker, I think, typically rolls backwards from memory, but there is the B printed on it, of course, which is nice. Yes, there it is. So it's very faint, you can just kind of see it in there. And yeah, so he kind of rolls off to the side. I think that's part of the issue with the horn there, which is a bit disappointing, but overall he does look quite nice, and it's actually impressive overall on how clean he can come up. So definitely a nice Bakugan overall, and definitely one that I plan on using in my current deck build, which is great. So hopefully if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Hopefully we will have more diamonds in the future. I don't know when, because it is very luck of the draw. But until next time, guys, see ya.